This video is our presentation of Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Stock charts has this listed as biomedical. It's a New York Stock Exchange market listed company. See, the stock's been in a real nice uptrend over the last few months, rising from lows down here as low as 49 cents, all the way up to peaks of $3. Set up a pretty good resistance point up around that $3 mark. But in general, continuing to drive higher, making higher lows, outside of a brief dip here and there since July, holding above this 50-day moving average. All in all, just maintaining a very bullish look. We want to keep an eye on this to continue to move forward and continue to hold this blue line, the 50-day moving average. Now, as the stocks come from those highs, MACD's been sliding back down, but at that key point right now, try and hold over top of zero, drop a bullish cross, break this downward trend, and start to move back upward. Now, this pullback, that's not that big of a deal. The MACD or any indicator, or the candles for that matter, can't just go straight up forever. They have to retrace, cool off a little bit, reset themselves, and then look to go bullish again. That's exactly the position the MACD's in right now. It's the same sort of look to the PPO. ADX is also greatly cooled off, down here around 15 now. Very neutral look to the positive and negative DIs. There's just not a lot of strength in any direction right now, and it's just in a prime position right now for the ADX to start to curl upward and start to add some strength to a direction. That doesn't tell you which direction. It's a very neutral look to the positive and negative DIs, as I said, but the ADX reaching down near 10 is a time for it to start to reverse course and pick a direction. Money flow index, all three components tucked nice and neat together. That's what I like to see. And all breaking through 50. That's starting to take on a bullish look. This isn't a great look to the accumulation distribution. Quite a bit of selling's gone on during the retrace from those highs, and it's barely even holding a base. Just recently, over the last week or so, see, it looks like it's starting to flatline. So not getting a lot from the accumulation distribution at this point. The Chaikin money flow, which is based upon the AD, is giving a little bit more bullish sign by rising back towards zero. Holding in the red says that over the last 20 periods, selling pressure is still outweighing buying pressure, but by climbing back towards zero, it says those two forces are starting to equalize. CCI, rising from negative territory, breaking back above zero, says the price right now is above its 20-day mean. It does look like the full stow is stalling out at 50, which is a key point because I want to see that indicator trending on the upper half to show that bullish momentum is being sustained in the play, similar to this sort of look. So by looking like it may be turning back down, does say that some of this momentum that's been being gained over the last week might be losing some strength, so that's something to pay attention to. Now the tricks, that's a lagging indicator of trend. It's very similar to the MACD in its look most of the time. Again, the key thing there, drop that bullish cross, hold over top of zero, reverse course, and start adding some bullishness to the overall trend. The RSIs, this is actually a very nice look for a stock that could try and make a move. See, going back into June, the RSIs, especially as red and gold lines, longer terms, the 7 can be a little bit choppy. 14 and 21 are obviously more smooth because they're based on longer time frames, but primarily holding above or right there near 50, saying that momentum has stayed in this play. Now that they did dip below, but it pulled back up, that's certainly something that's eye-catching, and I want to see if they're going to hold over top of 50 and show that this momentum is going to start gaining some strength and push back up near 70. Now, as I mentioned, one of the primary things for me is seeing if this is going to hold over top of this blue line. The most bullish of stocks are trending over top of the 50 and 200-day moving averages, and that's what this chart's doing at this point. There's not a ton of static support in here through that level. I see some right there around 203, 204, and that would be the point that I'd have my eye on right now if this tries to slide backwards. It does pick up a little bit more at these old lows, right around 186, but I'd be paying close attention to volume levels, make sure there's not some substantial selling coming in, because I don't want to see high volume sells blow through this 50-day, or the odds of it taking out 186 are really increased. At that point, I'd certainly be much more leery about the chart, because again, there's just not a lot of static support. I'd see some right there around $1.60, and much stronger down here around $1.20, but that's just way too far away from this closing price of $2.16 on Tuesday, so I'd pay attention to these first two areas to see how the stock price is performing. And I'll make this point through here of making the higher lows. I'd look for some hefty resistance right up there near $3, and I'd look for a little bit more resistance right in here around $2.40. Again, both points, pretty nice upside from the closing price on Tuesday. Volume doesn't appear to be an issue in this. 4 million shares traded. That's plenty of liquidity. Hasn't been making any big moves in leaps and bounds. Only closed up about 2% on Tuesday. But it seems to be a little bit of a slow and steady type of play. It's in a very nice overall uptrend. So I think it's one worth keeping an eye on going forward to see how it performs. As always, merely my interpretation of the INO chart. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.